looking at that living room, you know, it just reminds me of that picture of the food. It's like the producers just have a way of setting you up.
Yes.
You just want to leave this place and just get into that picture.
Exactly.
Sitting there.
The pictures were so alive and so inviting.
So, exactly,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so perhaps the idea now is, what kind of person lives in that house? What's the personality? What's the intention?
I have a mental picture of the kind of person who would live in that house.
If I ask
vibrant, full of life, active.
If I gave you a pen and I said, draw the person you see, you can't draw that person to save yourself.
I would draw it.
Oh, really?
I would draw it.
Okay. You can draw on this time.
Right down to the color of dress that she will be wearing. I would draw it.
Ha! Must it be a she?
It's a she.
Ah, it's okay.
It's a she.
Anyway.
Or it's a she who did the decor for a he.
Christ.
She's laughing.
Well,
what would you say?
Who is laughing? You will get to meet shortly.
What would you say?
Well,
it would be a woman.
Wait now, Haba.
Very expressive.
What is doing you? Sorry. What's up with you?
We're on air.
Oh, sorry. So, well, expectedly, your home is where you spend the most of your time. If you are working in Lagos, you have to find
That's not much time.
So it is your resting place away from the cacophony of the outside world and all of that. So experts say you can ensure the same quality of life for yourself by keeping certain things in mind while designing your place. This morning we have with us Bola Edwards, who is an interior decorator and CEO of Mary Edwards
Soft Furnishing.
Soft Furnishing. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
She was trying to ask you,
I'm still cracking up.
Why?
I'm still cracking a bit.
But what would you say about that?
She defined the person well. Somebody who is loud, very expressive, out there. So she's right.
So,
well,
okay, you answer this question. What kind of person lives on a set like look at the set on TV?
Hey, broadcaster.
What do I say? I comment for myself.
Well, the question really this morning for me is, how significantly does your environment personify you?
A lot. The environment really brings out either the best or the worst of you, depending on what you perceive around you. In interior designing, we try as much as possible to bring out, kind of personify your space with environment by matching you with where you are at that point in time. And that's why we'd like to discover where the soul of the space is in your space. It's always good to identify every home has got a soul. Oh. In that space, yes. Don't let us go deep into that. So there's a soul in an environment. There's a soul in here where we're seated right now as we speak.
Where is it?
So the environment, I'll tell you where it is when we're done.
Okay.
By the time I do 15, 20 minutes, I can tell you for a fact, yes, where the soul is. So the environment is very key. You see people just want to get out of the boisterous Lagos and they want to get into their cocoon, they're very comfy corner, get to their home. I'm like, now this is me.
Yeah.
But the environment out there really, if you're not careful, can affect the way you live. But you can determine and define that environment.
How does it help your well-being?
It does. It does.
I expected you would say it does. That's why
it does.
That's why I didn't ask you a yes or no question.
It does, and I'll give you a scenario of a client who said, you know what, I don't like lights. I don't like bright lights in my room. I want everywhere dark. In fact, paint my wall black.
And my beddings, give me black beddings.
I want all dark shades.
Oh, God.
And for that kind of a person, that means he's probably is insomniac. He doesn't sleep well.
Okay.
Probably he has this sleeping under this, a lot of things, you know. So really, the environment out there at that time does not want that to have anything to do with his sleep and his rest.
Well, please tell that person that when he gets to 60 or 65 and he can't see, he'll be begging you to put the brightest light in my house.
I know, right?
We have bright lights because we can't see.
I know.
It's not because it's not out of choice. We can't see. Full stop.
And that's why your fonts have to be big.
Don't tell the whole world that you can read messages on my phone from where.
From where he is.
Yes.
So really, the environment has a lot to do with your well-being. It can determine your sanity. I mean, living in Lagos, everybody knows that Lagos is a tough place to live. And if you must stay sane, after going through all the boisterous, horrendous traffic, you must get into a space where everything is calm and cool.
I'm happy you said that it helps with sanity. And I'd like you to help someone, listening to and watching us right now. Reason for that is that people are probably having some challenges with their environments. I move things around a lot in my home, but now it seems kind of conditioned. Previous places that I've been, I've moved everything around. Moved my TV around, moved my chairs around, moved my settees around, even my bedroom. I move things around all the time. Perhaps just to have some form of mental creativity or renewal of sorts. Help someone know how to get that done without necessarily breaking the bank.
Okay, simply put, a lot of us really do not know that what we see around us can give us that sanity that we're looking for. The colors you see around you, cluttering around in the home. At times you can just declutter and you're fine. You'll be so shocked at the transition.
The mental transition.
Mental transition.
Mental calmness.
Honestly, a lot of people, they clutter things they do not need. It affects them and they do not know. She's smiling. I don't know why.
I learned that a long time ago. So anything I don't need, I don't bother to I throw it out.
It won't take you much to declutter, to change the color, to flip furniture here and there, flip them around, throw carpets in the sitting room, do all white,
throw pillow,
to open up the walls, because at times a lot of people are doing dark colors like red, the wine, they see it on the TV and they want to try it out, and it's not working for them. If you have to do that, then you must have good lighting to make sure that that place is bright. But if you don't do that, then there are other very simple things you can do. Just paint your walls white. Have a very simple furniture, not 7-seater. Like, people really don't do 7-seaters anymore, really. But if you're the kind of person that entertains a lot, why not? Put your sofas there. Throw a light color on the floor. Your TV set. No more pictures. Then I remember back in the day how our parents used to put a lot of pictures on the wall, to show the family gallery. There are ways that we do it now that we can have a specific gallery designed in the home, and it's not all cluttered on the walls on the house. So really, you don't need to break a bank. You don't have to.
Okay, I know that she's just
move things around.
She's just getting her.
Okay.
You're thinking about it.
No, I'm processing
how to move things around. Now, you said something the other time, just a little while ago, about people seeing things that they like and they just repeat it at home and it doesn't work for them. How do you know what works for you?
That's why you need to speak to professionals like us.
Here we go.
Yeah. You need to talk to people like us.
She has to earn a living.
I know, right? Really, it's no brainer. You see something on the TV, you're watching Channels TV this morning, sunrise, like, I like the sunrise background. And you want to repeat it in your own space. It just might not work. Number one, your space, the square meter space that you have will really determine if you have it. Then, openings on the wall, like windows. How many windows did you see in that TV or in the movie that you watched? And you're like, I want to repeat it in my home. So those are things that you need to look at. The height of the ceiling as well. It also says a lot about the kind of decor you want to put in there, so that we know how to project your curtains when you want to put the drapes on the wall. And don't let me say, I can't see all of this.
Well, you say some. Okay, so there are quite a number of places in the home. For those who have big homes, for those who have small spaces, all you have is a room and you want it to look like a palace. Or you have a 2-room apartment, you have a living room and a bedroom, or you have a you know, a full-fledged flat of 2 or 3 bedroom and all of those things. Are there things people need to look out for? You see, the reason I'm saying this is some people don't want to go home for whatever reason, and they don't even know.
Many men don't like to go home.
As I was saying, some people don't like to go home for whatever reason, even women. Some women don't even want to go because sometimes you just look all drab and draggy and everything like that. What are the things that they need to look at? And they probably don't even know why. Just looks all boring and all. What are the things to look out for in the kitchen, in the living room, in the bedroom that will make them say, I just want to run into my space?
Your space. Okay. I like when client calls us.
Before you go there, is there anything the person needs to know about their personality
Absolutely.
to influence their choices?
Absolutely. Your personality has got to do with the design, the space, and all that.
The colors.
That we're talking about here. You see some people, they're not so bright. They're introverts. You won't find such people with bright colors on their walls. You won't see them have red cutlery, red plates. You know, you won't see them have red nails like me.
In other words,
probably do something very conservative.
In other words, so if such a person finds that they have such brightness around them, they may not be comfortable in the environment.
And they may not be able to express themselves very well. So really our personality types also determine, you know, when you talk about the choleric, the personality types, sanguine and all that, it really does dictate the kind of decor that we should have as well. And you see some people, it's all white decor. Ceiling bottom is all white. Such people, they're vibrant. They're always happy. They are very expressive. They love to dress well. They just like everything very bright. They don't like to be claustrophobic. For the people that you just talked about now that they don't like going to their space, they're so bored. There's so little that they need to do, especially if they're a couple, then something is wrong. They have to complement one another. Perhaps the husband is choleric and the wife is sanguine, and the decor is just all over the place. That way they will need a professional to speak to them. But if you have
There you go.
Or are you saying,
There you go.
Are you stylishly saying that it could be the reason they are having marital problems?
Well, you'll be shocked to know that some men do not like to go home because they're smelling wee on the couch. They have towels thrown all over the bathroom door.
Oh dear.
And the kitchen, the gas cooker is all dirty. I mean, I've had cases like that. That was actually what happened to them their first year of the marriage, and that was it. So really, it has a lot to do with home bringing. Meaning? It's home management. It's home management.
Marriage was over.
It was over, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. It's home management. You cannot give what you do not have. If you grow up in an environment where maybe things were being done for you, or you don't think there's anything wrong in you, seeing dusty coffee table every morning, and you just walk past it and
it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Oh dear.
You're fine. For someone like me, I'm already having a headache. I'm like, oh my God, Bola, go back. Clean it. My head is ringing.
OCD. I know one when I see one.
I've calmed down because that OCD is killing.
Well,
when I started having children, I forgot. No, I had to.
It's a lot of work.
No, OCD was. I mean, it was really. But when children started coming, I said, you know what? You will die early if you continue this way. Just keep it simple. Do what you have to do and leave the rest. And anytime you can do it, do it.
And at the end of the day, okay, go ahead.
Yet today there's technology, and you can also apply that to your home to make it more comfortable.
Absolutely.
So how does one select what technology one should incorporate into one's home?
If we were to go the top notch, why don't we say smart homes?
I knew it. I knew.
You read my mind.
Come on,
Let's
girl.
go smart homes. Where you don't have to lift a pin. Everything is done for you. Alexa is there. Alexa,
you want to
I
put
want
up
my
the
coffee.
Want to put up the light?
The drips are open. But really, the bit of the technology you can also make do with is we have what we call 3D. There's a 3D drawing that we use to design spaces. We will not have to go through the rigors of going back and forth. Oh, I'm going to the market. I want to get this. We can actually have everything done in one sweep on the laptop and present it to the person and say, oh, this is how we can revamp your space. And it's all done within minutes. And of course, cleaning up and all of that as well, you don't have to do them by yourself now. Outsource them. Outsource them. People now you don't use broom like they used to do back in the day. People still use broom now though, for tiles and all that, but you can have a vacuum cleaner clean your home. You can have a vacuum cleaner clean your drapes. You can, do so many things that will not have to take so much of energy from you.
In fact, you can have an automatic Hoover.
Why not?
Just tell it to move and it'll
Move around and you're moving and clean up the entire space.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
If you've got the money, baby.
the ladies are the ladies are doing what ladies do. Gents, thank you for spending the money.
Exactly.
In the meantime, we've only talked about the home. Other places that people spend a significant amount of their time
Office.
is in the office.
The office.
Yeah.
In Lagos and New York, you spend a lot of it in your car as well.
Absolutely.
So, speak about the office. What are the things? Here, you literally have a local government because there are so many people, so many interests that have to be served and all of that. Are there things that need to be done in an organization where all shades of opinion, all shades of personalities, all shades of gender and all of that find themselves in place?
Like I see a lot of habitable co-working space these days where people have very open space and minimal decor. We call it minimalistic decoration. You're not putting too much of drapes. You're not doing drapes. People hardly do that in the office anymore. In fact, you leave your window bare so that you can encourage a lot of lights into the space. The furniture is very simple and, of course, ergonometric so that when you're sitting, it gives you that comfort and your back is safe. The furniture as well, moving around furniture must also be very easy for people to move from one space to another. In an office, again, of course, it has to be well, I put it now, the hair there. Is either you want the natural to come in or you just want the place to be well conditioned. So you're not spending as much, yet you're getting a very beautiful, conducive environment in the office. Because really the office space is somewhere again that you need to also have this place where you can express yourself and think so that the work you're doing can also go on very well. You have the Gen Z, the way they work these days, in fact, to see them, they're not all knotted up. They're wearing their shirts, their sneakers, all because they want to have a very ease, at work. So they get to work, they turn on the TV, there's a screen on the wall, they're watching CNN. You should have that kind of, media around the office space as well so that people can also see what's going on outside. And the place is lively. You can have what we call it mural walls, where the wall is particularly designed for that space as a bespoke design, where it tells you something about that office. Yeah, it could be a painting, it could be drawings, it could be just something just to make the place lively as much as possible.
Okay.
Very important. So the office space is really should be well decorated,
And anyway,
minimalistic.
most people are working from home.
I know COVID was a turn
Changed
the
all of that,
narrative.
yes.
And we got a lot of calls from people, come to my space, I want my background look this and that. And a lot of people also discovered that they had a lot of torn sofas that needed to be reupholstered because they were not spending so much time at home. They now discovered that, I have holes in my sofa after all. I need it to be changed. They have some drapes that are already hanging in now. So they want to have that beautiful, decorated space and background when they're on the webinar, having their meetings. So a lot of people have actually moved their office home now. So they already have like a study vis-a-vis an office in the home, whereby they have a very good table, chair, they have a screen in there, they can do everything. And if there's any point in time that they need to get up, they just get up to ease themselves or just go to the kitchen, pop something for them and come back to the office space. So really office in the home as well, I love to do that a lot because it's very easy. It's just, you just flip things around and it's not taking you so much.
No, just this last one, because I know that we're running out of time. A critical element in all of these things, and I think for interior decoration generally, In the workspace, they call it SHE. But in the home, I think we can just leave it as space to move things around and all of those things. Is there a special skill you need at home to create safe space? And at the offices, how well do people know about safety, health, and environment?
Okay, we call it health and safety, HSC. It can be applied at home, at office, or anywhere at every point in time. It just simply puts that anywhere you find yourself, it should be safe. We do what they call proof. I'm trying to the right word now. You know, especially when you have toddlers that are growing, we have the way we soundproof. You know, when you say when you soundproof somewhere, but the way you can baby-proof the house to making sure that that environment is safe for that child, making sure that you put a short gaze on the stairway if you have, you know, a floor. Sharp objects are not around in the house. Then you don't see a coffee table that you like and you just want to go for it because it has sharp edges. That means at that time you cannot put that kind of furniture there. You probably will have to do something that is child-friendly. So, and also that goes for the office. You must have also your fire extinguisher. You must have your blanket in the kitchen just in case there's fire. A lot of us don't even know that there's this special blanket that you must use in the kitchen just in case there's a fire and all that. So health and safety must be very, very key.
I think this is a subject we need to discuss a little more elaborately because sometimes it just looks nice. I want to have it at home.
I know, right?
Whether or not it is safe, that's another thing altogether. It's something that I think we should consider the next time we have you around. Bola Edwards is Soft Furnishings.
Mary Edwards Soft Furnishings.
Mary Edwards Soft Furnishings. Thank you so much for...
Not Bola Edwards, Mary Edwards.
Bola Edwards is CEO of Mary Edwards. Whatever that means. I'm not drawing the...
Bola Mary Edwards. Is it Mary Bola Edwards?
MBE. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Well, in the event that you start getting calls, just 10% is here. We're right back after now for the home stretch. Please stay with us. Please.